morning, everyone. Welcome to our winter wonderland in the WRC. Welcome to Rally Sweden. I'm Bex Williams. Alongside me is Mike Chen. Chenny, ready to talk you through our opening run of Shakedown stage. And just look at that image. This is what we're here for. Bit of snow and ice this weekend. It's beautiful. Morning, Chenny.
Morning, Bexy. Yeah, that was an excitable start today. Crikey, I love it. And as you said, the conditions here, perfect. We haven't seen conditions like this in Sweden for a long, long time. Not as good as this anyway. So I think we're set for a really exciting weekend's rallying.
I think we are. We've had a beautiful few weeks of weather in Sweden. This past week, we've seen falling snow and falling temperatures. Our Monte Carlo winners off the line then, Thierry Neuville and Martijn Vidager. There's something intensely unique about rallying on snow. It is obviously the only one we have in the calendar. I think everyone is so excited to see the surface, to get onto the surface as drivers. But it does bring its own challenge. Something wrong here. You can see Martijn holding.
Yeah, so the intercom isn't working on his helmet, so he's having to use his headphones. Yeah. So he's talking into his headphone microphone, and that's how he's delivering the notes to Thierry. That's last-minute clever thinking by the pair of those two guys. And look, if something like that's going to happen, it's right here that you want it to happen. You know, Thierry obviously probably can't speak. Martin won't be able to hear what Thierry's saying if he makes a note change or whatever, but it's just a shakedown stage. And yeah, they've obviously got to the start and gone, my intercom's not working, so he's grabbed the headphones and he's using that to deliver the notes to Thierry.
Yeah, quick thinking this morning. Obviously, he's trying to hold on to that and the notebook, and it's...
Not all superheroes wear capes, co-drivers do as well.
They really do. They do everything out there. Like we said, though, fantastic weather conditions, more snow forecast, which is not going to be great news for this pairing. We're expecting some overnight snow and snow throughout Friday. First on the road when it's snowing, they're going to be a little bit of a plough.
Yeah, it's very, very similar to being first on the road in gravel, isn't it? And we always talk about it. You know, when you're first on the road, you're sweeping away a clean line for the cars behind, and it's very, very well. It's the same concept on snow. You're effectively ploughing, as you said, that top layer of snow away, and the way that the studded tyre works is it bites down into ice. Now, if you're the first car on the road and you're driving on snow, the stud can't bite down into ice, so you lose grip that way. So yeah, look, I think it's going to be a difficult weekend for Thierry Neuville if we do see lots of snow coming overnight, but that's the nature of rallying, and if the weather does come in that regard, if it is snowing, a top 5 finish would be great for Thierry.
You'll be able to follow along with all of the action here at Rally Sweden. A reminder on your screen right now. Something you can really see a lot of here, which were punctuated there by the Finnish flags, are the snowbanks. They can be your friend or your foe, and they are big snowbanks out there. We'll be talking a lot about them throughout the weekend.
Yeah, as you said, Bex, it's friend or foe. Sometimes they can be rock ups as Thierry makes it through the first part of Shakedown. There's the Red Bull's job done, 302.8. Good job from Martin. But yeah, just coming back to those snowbanks, they can be either rock-hard walls of ice, and you can stick the back of the car and use them to bounce you back onto the road, but then you risk damaging the back of the car, the aero, all that kind of stuff, or they're soft. And if you hit that soft snowbank and it collapses, it just simply sucks the car into the off the side of the road into the snowbank.
Alvin Evans off the line, 2020 winner of Rally Sweden. We've already had one winner through in Thierry Neuville. He was on the top step 2018. Let's hear from Thierry. Molly Pettit is at the stop control for us.
Thierry, good morning. The two of you had a bit of a challenge on this first pass, yeah?
Yeah, we have no intercom. So, yeah, I took it safe. We go back to service now.
When did you realize this?
Yeah, like 2 minutes before the start, so yeah, I could hear him sometimes, but it wasn't easy for him. It was a real challenge, and road conditions are really tricky, so not easy at all.
It's going to be a difficult weekend then.
Yeah, it will be.
It is going to be a difficult weekend for them being first on the road, but they'll have to deal with it. After the glory of Monty comes that potential of, you know, being first on the road here. And like I said, more snow forecast. What can we expect from Elfyn Evans this weekend then? What a brilliant start to Rally Monte Carlo for him. Leading overnight there in Thursday, led for 9 stages.
Yeah, he had a phenomenal Monte Carlo, didn't he, Bex? I think he did a superb job there. Great start to the year. Look, it's also going to be difficult for Elfyn. Again, if we can nab a top 5 finish, that would be a hell of a result for him, I think, simply because of the road conditions, and that's the nature of the WRC. When you're leading the championship and we arrive in Sweden, whoever wins in Monte Carlo comes to Sweden, they know that they are going to struggle a little bit with road condition, and Thierry's already kind of second-guessed it. Elfyn will be the next car to come through, and he'll still be road cleaning. So I think if either of those guys can get into the top 5, that would be a hell of a result for them. Anything better would be a bonus.
Okay, we'll hear from Elfyn very shortly then. Let's switch out to Oyt Tanak now then. 2-time winner of Rally Sweden.
So you can already see there just the line starting to clear, and we'll hear from Elfyn now.
Elfyn, good morning. Time for a bit of snow and ice here in Sweden. Tell us what we can expect from this rally.
If that's anything to go by, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, quite a lot of loose snow on top now, and not easy to feel your way through that one.
Yeah, just coming back to what I was saying, Bexy, you'll see that from the onboard camera when you're looking out, it's very, very difficult for the drivers to pick out exactly where they are, because it is just a sea of white. And you know, when they've gone through the recce, they'll have made points, they'll make certain points about trees or perhaps a signpost to give them something to look for in the stage, but it's very, very difficult. Now, see, that's not too bad when you've got the trees either side, you've got a clear marker either side of the stage, but once you get out, then it becomes a little bit more difficult out in the open. So we'll see some drivers using, Thierry, for example, was using coloured lenses. Esa-Pekka Lappi's another guy who uses, I remember he famously used those big aviator-style yellow lenses.
Style.
Yeah, exactly,
yeah.
they were class. So, you know, and for some drivers, it just helps pick out where you are on the road, pick out certain sections of the road a little bit easier, and that's the reason for using the coloured lenses. Oyt Tanak and Elfyn Evans choosing not to, but it's a personal preference.
And that's Tanak through run 1 of Shakedown, which we'll be guiding you through. And of course, throughout the whole weekend here on All Live, we kickstart with stage 1 this evening. And those glasses you were referencing there, in full effect on Adrien Fourmeau. Let's hear from Oyt.
Oh, good morning. Our winner from this event last year. What sort of feeling do you have about this year?
Yeah, so far been every year coming with new cars, so you never know what to expect. We need to see during the rally, but yeah. First day of recce looked really nice condition, all ice and polished and high grip, and now it's been showing a bit, and then it's opposite, like really no grip. So yeah, quite a challenge, I guess.
Yeah, he's right. The first day of recce would have been nice. Then Tuesday evening it started to snow quite heavily. Wednesday morning there was an extra 10 to 13 centimetres of snow across the stages. So it has changed a bit, and it is snowing out there right now. You can barely see it from the cameras, but certainly was in service here a few minutes ago. Adrien Fourmeau also had a good Monty. You know, I think he got off to a pretty confident start. This will be now his full start here at Rally Sweden.
Droite 120 moins court, 120 moins court, 50, droite 140 frein, 50, droite 120.
You can see the work rate that Adrian's having to put in, you know, but the grip levels are actually incredibly high as he makes it safely towards the end of his first run through Shakedown. The grip levels that are offered up from these Pirelli studded tyres are incredibly high, and as I said, when you've got a thick layer of ice for those studs to bite into, the cars stop well, and they offer up huge amounts of grip and traction through a corner. So, you know, lots of people who've gotten into a car have been staggered by the fact that they're driving on ice, but the amount of grip that they have got is incredible. But as we say, for those first few drivers where they're clearing those lines of snow, it's you know, the tyre doesn't really work at its optimum at all.
8 left long, stop tight 6 sharp, tight 4 right tight.
Adrian, good morning. I have to say, first of all, this car looks really good in the snow.
Well, good morning. I'm really pleased to be here because last time I drove on snow was 2 years ago, so I'm quite happy to be back on snow. I really like it. There is a lot to learn on this rally, but we hope to get a good pace, so we'll see. I feel comfortable with the car. Just need to improve my drive in some places and the confidence especially.
Yeah, Adrian did a great job in Monte Carlo, as you said, Bex, and it's a very, very different challenge, a very unique driving style, driving on snow, and you need to be smart. Tacker all crossed up coming through there.
That's a way to enter shot, eh?
But that'll be a hell of a photograph. But yeah, you know, Adrian did a great job in Monte Carlo. As you said, it's a unique driving style, and he has to be very smart about what he's doing this weekend, because the thing is, when you go off in Sweden and you end up in a snowbank, unless the fans are there, you're out with the shovels, and it's going to take you a long time to get that car dug out. So maybe just back things off, just get a feeling for what you're doing. You know, Adrian's not here to win the rally, he's here to get experience, to put miles on the Puma, and let the people around him make mistakes. And that strategy worked for both himself and to a degree, Gregoire Munster in Monte Carlo.
Fastest through for Taka Katsuta. WRC 2 winner back in 2018, and I remember the absolute joy still on Taka's face when he won that in WRC 2 Rally Sweden. What can he do this time around? He's got glasses on to help him as well. He'll be chatting with Molly in a moment. Let's watch Gregoire.
Taka, good morning. Have a look at that. You're fastest through the first pass of Shakedown so far. How excited are you to be back on snow?
Yeah, snow is one of my favorite conditions and rally, so yeah, for sure I try to push. Half air actually really good. I'm surprised. I mean, I was driving pretty shit, but the car was working well, so yeah, if I drive much better, then this car can very quick, so I try to be fast.
Yeah, Taka's no slouch on snow and ice at all, Bex, is he? We've seen some phenomenal performances from Taka in the past, and considering his road position, the road will be starting to clean up when he arrives into the stage, just that little bit further down behind Elvin Evans or Tanak, Thierry Neuville, Formoso. Look, I think Taka's certainly somebody to watch this weekend.
Gregoire Munster certainly, you know, an interesting step up from where we saw him at this point last year when he was, you know, with the juniors, and now on a Rally 1 car. I mean, he went through every kind of level last year, didn't he? Juniors, WRC 2 and up to Rally 1.
Yeah, he's had a hell of a journey, hasn't it? And it's all been at super speed for him. You know, he's a very lucky boy to be sat inside that car. Again, it's so unique, and we can't put too much pressure on this young man this weekend. He's just got to, I mean, we can see he's off the pace there, but that's to be expected. This is Shakedown. He is learning, and it's a very unique place to come rallying, and it's just about experience here. So for Gregoire, the key thing is get through day one and then start to build the speed. There's absolutely no rush for that young man to, you know, to kind of be trying to take the fight to, for example, this fella.
Our reigning world champions, Kalle Rovanperä and Joni Halttunen, are back in WRC action. Won this event back in 2022. And I spoke with Kalle last night. He's feeling refreshed and ready to go.
Well, good morning. Tell us what it's like to drive this car on this surface.
Yeah, it's quite impressive. Actually, in all the fast section, I was way too slow. And in the very technical, I was sometimes a bit too fast and went into the snowbank. It was not so efficient. So plenty to learn this weekend, and we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, like you said, plenty to learn this weekend. Good to have Rovanperä back. He was at the Arctic Rally just a few weeks ago. A test session, effectively, for coming here, getting himself back behind the wheel and ready to go again.
Yeah, look, you know, unfortunately, it was a technical issue that stopped him at the Arctic Rally. Up until that point, he was leading, and I think we can expect big things from Kalle Rovanperä this weekend.
Yeah.
He's arriving here with no pressure. He's not really fighting for a championship, although we never know what's going to happen at the end of the year, do we? But, you know, there's no pressure, and as we always say, there's so much of this sport is in your head. Well, he's not dealing with that pressure. He's just getting in the car and driving it, and we know what happens when he does that already. 4.5 seconds quicker than Takamoto Katsuta. For me, Kalle Rovanperä is the man to beat, and this fella, Esa-Pekka Lappi, will probably be his closest rival on day one at least, I think.
Yeah. We've seen what Esa-Pekka can do at Rally Sweden, the speeds he can set here. Let's find out how Rovanperä is feeling this morning.
Welcome back, champ. Already first pass of Shakedown, quickest through by 4.5 seconds.
Yeah, it's nice to be back, to be honest. It was not a long break, but for sure you feel that you are more excited to be back. And let's hope the weather is this weekend on our side, that once when we are starting in the back we can actually enjoy and hopefully have a good result.
Did you miss us?
What?
Did you miss us?
Yes, of course.
He said he was keeping up to date with everything that was happening at Rally Monte Carlo while enjoying time with friends as well. You know, a nice balance. Esa-Pekka also refreshed. This is his first WRC event of the season, the partial season that he'll have, of course, with Hyundai this year. Spoke with him last night, and he's equally as excited and ready to go as Kalle Rovanperä was.
Yeah, like you said, we know what Esa-Pekka is capable of, not just on snow and ice. In general, he is phenomenally quick. He's a natural talent, and we also know that the Hyundai is working very well. That car is a big step up from what we saw last year. They have been very open, said, we're here to take the fight to Toyota. And, you know, I think considering road position this weekend, Esa-Pekka Lappi is the man that they will be looking to try and take that fight to them, and then Oit Tanak and then Thierry probably, because I just think Thierry's going to struggle with road position. But for now, I think we're going to see Esa-Pekka Lappi. Esa-Pekka Lappi will be the person to take the fight to Kalle this weekend.
Let's welcome back Lorenzo Bertelli and Simone Scatolin to the championship. They were here in Sweden last year. Lorenzo likes to pick the events that he really loves, and he really loves driving on snow.
He likes a challenge, doesn't he?
He does.
Good morning and welcome back. Second quickest so far on the first pass of Shakedown. How is it?
Yeah, funny. A bit of a pinball here and there with the banks, you know, but I guess that's the way to do it on this kind of, at least a narrow part. You should do it like that. But yeah, quite fun.
A good road position for Friday. What's the target?
Well, to use it. Try to use it as much as we can. For sure, I would like to finish on the podium. That's for sure.
He's having a good study of the times there. It's so great to hear him back at the stage ends. I think he's, you know, one of the great characters, certainly at
He's very honest. He's very honest, isn't he, Bex? You know, when he's down, and when he's up, and it's great to see him up and smiling and happy and enjoying his driving. And, you know, we always say it, if you're enjoying your driving, you'll go quick. If you're not enjoying it, you won't go quick. You know, you can't overthink this sport too much. Sometimes it's best just get in the car and just drive the thing, you know, and not overthink situations and scenarios too much, because actually that becomes a hindrance.
So for Lorenzo, this is his first time behind the wheel at all this year, the first event in WRC or in any championship. Like I said before, he kind of really does key in the events he wants to do. We saw him at Rally New Zealand because it was a classic event on the calendar. It's where he scored his best ever WRC result at that event.
Yeah, look, you've got to have, you know, just respect for the man, because, as you said, the first time in the seat, first time in a Rally 1 car this year, in fact, for a long time, and he's decided to come to Sweden to do it on the snow and ice. He loves a challenge, as we said, and yeah, we'll see the times gradually getting quicker, I think, as the weekend progresses for Lorenzo.
We switch now then to WRC2 while we wait to hear from Lorenzo.
Hey, Lorenzo, good morning. It's great to see you back. Tell us a bit why you choose this rally to do in this car.
Because for myself it's the most enjoyable and the one that I have most fun. So I think it's enough. I'm here just for fun at the end.
Tell us a bit about the sensation now on Shakedown.
I mean, it's getting already tricky. There are, I think, out of some corner already rocks, I think, coming out. I think it's likely to one with the rear left, but I think it's nothing. But I mean, it's, the first part is significant for the rally, the second one is just going
Yeah, he's right, and we're going to see that as you know, as the rally progresses. Certainly from the morning pass to the afternoon pass. That afternoon pass, by the time all the cars have come through, and there are different. You've got to remember there are different tracks cars from Rally 1, so you end up with kind of tram lines of different, because it's different. They're literally not as wide. You know, the little Fiestas that are coming through, the Junior WRC and so on, they're not as wide, so they create their own track. So by the time you get to the second pass, you end up with sort of tram lines across the entire stage, and that's when we'll start to see, you know, ruts coming up, perhaps some gravel coming through. It'll be a very, very different test, certainly for the Rally 1 drivers, from the morning pass into the afternoon pass. And that's something they'll have to be prepared for over the weekend.
Now, we all remember the fantastic WRC2 battle that we had right at the front of the field in Monte Carlo. Nikolai Gryzin was part of that, swapping the lead with Pepe Lopez. Then Rossell came in on the final day to nab the win. We're hoping for something similar here. No pressure, boys, but you need to deliver, because Monty was epic in WRC2.
Yeah, and I think it will happen as well, Bexy, because there's so many, you know, there's so many big names in WRC2. So I'm sure we're going to have a fantastic battle on our hands.
Good morning. Nice glasses. Hey, we're all hoping for a similar battle as we got in Monte. What do you think we can expect this weekend?
Difficult to say. We need to see how this car is doing on the snow, and myself also. So if we are much together, then if it will be a fight, I will be really enjoyed. But let's see. There's a lot of fast snow drivers. So we are doing like one race each year only on the snow. So it's difficult to be every time train it well for this one. But I'm curious because it's new car, everything new. So I want to see how this will be on this rally. But for the moment, it feels good. Just need to feel more the limit, and I think it will be fine. But just these stages, each year it's not easy really stage, and really I would say that it's not represent all the race, but some parts. But mostly of the race is more compact snow and more fast one. Here in the forest, it's just more about to get the car straight, not to lose the rear, and to be, you know, precise.
Full analysis there from Nikolai Gryzin. Jan Solens now, who was in Monte. He's our Junior WRC champion from 2019, and the Junior WRC Championship kicks off this weekend with 19 entrants. But WRC2, of course, for Jan Solens, it feels ages ago. When you say 2019, it really doesn't feel like that long ago that he won the championship, but there we are. I think this is the pairing a lot of people are going to be looking at this weekend. Oliver Solberg, Elliot Edmondson.
Yeah, already you can see Oliver using his experience of snow and ice. You saw the way the car was set up on the start line. He didn't park it in the tram lines. You know, we'd see the other car. I mean, that's probably sideways, wasn't it?
Jan, good morning. Time for some snow and ice with this car, and there's already a big smile on your face. Enjoy that.
Yeah, it's very enjoyable to drive like that.
it is my first time driving Rally 2 car on Rally Sweden, so it feels amazing. I just want to say thanks to the team for giving me the opportunity to be here. And as I said, I hope to enjoy a lot this weekend.
Yeah, it'll be a big learning curve for Jan in this car because he's only been here once before, and that was 2019 in the Junior Championship. Anyway, back to Mr. Solberg. Winner in WRC 2 last year in Sweden. Keen to replicate that. He is really throwing it in, isn't he?
Yeah, that car's working well for him. You know, you can see the way the change of direction. It's a new camera angle there, and just again, it just shows the work rate that goes in. You're constantly correcting, particularly with the steering. You're balancing the car on the throttle and the brake, and Oliver's got so much experience on snow and ice. And again, just coming back to the start line, we saw the other cars that had parked in those tram lines, those ruts that had been created, and they scrabble around, and the car moves about. It doesn't pull away from the line cleanly. Oliver parked it on the right-hand side and got a nice, out of the tram lines, got a nice, clean...
That's a great time. Yeah. It's faster than Neuville and Formeau and Munster.
Yeah,
3:02.5.
We know that Thierry had those issues with his intercom, but Bex, some of that will be road position, so that will give us an idea of how much he's going to struggle opening the road. There you go. Do you see the way the car was just scrabbling about in the tram lines, just couldn't get off cleanly, and so... You know, I'm sure as other drivers will look at that and go, actually, I'm just going to park it between them.
Good morning. That's a good time for your first run of Shakedown. Those new undergarments bringing you any luck this morning?
Undergarment? Oh, yeah. They itch a little bit, but yeah, it's okay.
Interesting choice. Did you pick them out yourself?
Yeah, it's for lightweight, you know. And they are pink, so it gives me a bit of a nice touch.
To know what Molly is referencing, you need to go and check out Oliver Solberg's Instagram and see his clothing choice for today.
His getting dressed video.
Yeah.
His morning getting dressed
Get ready
video.
with me video.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll have a little chuckle yourself, I'm sure. Sami Pajari now then. He was third within WRC 2 last year. Another junior champion in the ranks here.
Yeah, naturally very, very quick, and I'm sure he'll be looking to exploit his experience, and Toyota will be looking to exploit his experience from snow and ice. You know, this is where he's more comfortable. We didn't really see, I don't think at least we saw the natural speed that's in that car in Monty, and I'm hopeful that this weekend we're going to see, particularly in the hands of Sami Pajari, how quickly that car can go. There you go, just a second slower than Oliver Solberg. I think we'll see Sami have a good weekend. I certainly hope we'll have a good weekend after he struggled a little bit in Monty, and he openly admitted, didn't he, Bexy? So, you know...
there was only one stage, wasn't there, that we really saw pace where he was like second fastest.
Yeah, and then it kind of dropped away again. So it's a system reset. This is more his scene. So, yeah, let's hope for a good weekend for Sami.
Emma Lindholm now, Reetta Hämäläinen, our WRC 2 champions from 2022. Let's hear from Sami.
Just over a second down on Oliver in there, and a nice little laugh from the two of you after the flying finish. Was that fun?
Yeah, it's a good fun, but it was really, really messy. So I don't know if it was Oliver or who was all over the place, but all the snowbanks were in the middle of the road. So not so easy, but yeah, the feeling is quite fine. So it is good.
How good does this car feel on these conditions?
Honestly, it's really, really nice. So you can feel it that a lot of the development work was done in such conditions. So yeah, it's really, really nice to drive.
He seems happy enough. Of course, all the action starts for us this evening with the very first stage of the event. For Emil, this is his 5th start now at Rally Sweden. I wonder if he's going to notice the snowbanks all over the place as well from Oliver. Potentially from Oliver.
I think there's been a few of them who have been as Esa-Pekka Lappi said, pinballing off them, and yeah, you just tap them and just knock a bit of snow out into the road. But you've got to use them. That's what they're there for. Use them. Just nibble the back. You can carry just a little bit too much speed into a corner, and the back of the car will just tap the snowbank and move the car back onto the line. She's so positive, Rita, isn't she?
Oh, she's amazing. Rita Hämäläinen, one of, I think, you know, one of the characters in the sport, certainly. And I absolutely love listening to her deliver the notes. So many people do. You know, she's in control in that car.
Oh yeah, 100%. There's only one boss in that car. There's only one boss in that car. Emil's he's doing what he's told. But you know, on that, the way she delivers the notes, you know, it's so specific, isn't it? And
yeah,
the intonation she uses and everything is. Yeah, she's doing a good
morning,
job.
welcome back. It's been a while. The two of you smiling a lot after the flying finish. Is it good to be back?
It is good to be back. I mean, it is what 3 months and some since Central Europe, and it's like it's been a long time without sitting in this car. But yeah, we enjoyed this one. There's a lot of holes in the snowbanks already. I don't know who made them.
Oliver Solberg.
It's all Oliver's fault. Okay.
No,
and a lot of snow on the road from the banks.
Probably not all, but a lot of it.
But a lot of it. Okay. But yeah, it was an easy run. Let's see if how it is on the second one, but feeling is quite okay.
Yeah, it's good to see them back in action. As you said, it's been a long time since Central European Rally. Lauri Juna now, and Jani Hussi. They were recently at the Arctic Rally in preparation for this event. Get themselves some seat time. And our final reminder of where you can find all the action this weekend. On Rally TV, we'll be covering every single stage. The snowy, wonderful winter wonderland that is Rally Sweden.
The snowy, wonderful winter wonderland.
Yeah.
That was good. That was good, Bexy.
It's not quite right, but it came out of my mouth anyway. That's how it is at the end of Shakedown, people. And Lauri Juna's completed. Let's have a look at his time. 3:06. Oliver Solberg, the fastest WRC2 driver through with a 3:02.5. That benchmark laid down on run 1 of Shakedown.
Good morning. That seems to be a pretty decent time for your first pass. How much do you enjoy these conditions?
Of course. I enjoy in these conditions. This is like a Finland. Much more snow, but yeah, actually it's going to be a really nice rally. This was quite carefully run through the shakedown because the grip was much more higher than I expected. But yeah, we are really looking forward to it.
And so are we, and that is our classification then. Kalle Rovanperä, the fastest through on the opening run, with Esa-Pekka Lappi 2.4 seconds behind. Then it was Katsuta, Evans and Tanak. Oliver Solberg, the fastest within the WRC2 category, with then Neuville and Formaux, Pajuri and Lauri Juna. And then the rest of our field, Lindholm, Bertelli, Greisin, Munster and Jan Solens. And that's the way it stands after just one run of Shakedown. Plenty more for the drivers to go through this morning. And we are now going to head into the service park here in Sweden and catch up with Kiri.
Well, there we go. Eyes already with Thierry Neuville, of course, having that intercom issue through Shakedown. No problems, I'm sure. That'll be fixed and they'll be back out a couple more runs, as your commentators were just saying, through Shakedown. So that's how the morning will pan out for the drivers. But good morning to you from the service park here in Umeå. It is going to be an amazing weekend of snow and ice. And there is plenty of snow around. As you just saw, lots of smiles from the drivers and co-drivers. They are looking forward forward to this weekend as well. And I hope you are. All right, well, what do we have in store? Well, we've got 18 stages coming up across these 4 days. Tonight we'll start with a sprint stage down at Red Barn at 5:30. We'll be on air, and then we will have that stage running through till 9 o'clock. Then 8:45 till 8:15. It's a full 12-hour day, packed full of stages, a repeat of the morning and the afternoon. Stages 2 to 18, that's Friday. Then Saturday, 7:30 to 8:15. It's a big old day, stages 9 to 15. And then Sunday, which includes the Wolf Power stage, 7:15 till 2 p.m. Remember, of course, those times are local to us here in Sweden. Now, it is going to be a big weekend of rallying. As you saw, Oliver Solberg flying through there. The studs on the tyres, they will be the addition to this weekend, gripping that ice. All right, well, from us for now, it is goodbye. We'll see you this evening for all that action.